welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
That seems to be the theme of how we do the intro.
I know. Today we're just going to have a little informal chat just about some tips that we picked up from visiting Disneyland Paris this year. I'm not saying we're experts.
No.
We haven't been as many times as a lot of people, but we did quite a lot of research and we just picked up some tips that might be useful, especially if it's your first time and you're planning your trip.
Yeah, the sort of things that we would like to know if we were going.
If we were going, yeah, for the first time. So yeah, we've written them all down. We've got a cup of tea, haven't we? So
we do.
So grab a cup of tea. I don't know how long this is going to take. Grab some snacks.
Grab a cuppa. We'll wait. No, actually.
Great.
Just...
All right. Okay, so our first tip goes back to right before you book your holiday. Definitely check for deals. We booked about 6 months in advance, and normally on the Disneyland Paris website, they have a deal which is 2 nights and 2 days free. And this made it possible for us to stay in a Disneyland hotel because we basically got it half price.
Yeah.
So if you can book in advance, definitely do and take advantage of that 2 nights, 2 days for free deal.
Yeah.
They do it for winter and for summer. And
also check out different dates as well, because you're the research queen. So check in different weekends and different weeks around the time that we wanted to go, and there was different prices, wasn't
Yeah, and bonus tip, try if you can. I know it's difficult with school holidays and things, but if you do have the luxury of going during weekdays, because weekends are just so much more busy.
Yeah, it's very busy.
Yeah. All right, and number 2 is to consider the Disney dining plan. I was a bit skeptical of this because I don't want to pay all this money straight away, but it does save you so much money, especially if you are planning to eat every day in the parks, which we did pretty much.
Yeah, and then when you get there and you look at how much it'll cost standalone, it definitely makes it worthwhile.
Makes such a difference. And you can get breakfast only, you can get half board, and you can get full board. And there's also lots of different variations depending on whether you like buffet meals or whether you want table dining. There's a wide selection, but I would consider it because you do save so much money.
Yeah. Number 3, continuing on from the dining plan. So we had our dining plan and we thought, we better just ring up and make sure we can get some of the restaurants we want to get. So we went through and we tried to pick out where we wanted to eat for each day. And then there was a number you could call when you get your, what would you call it? It's like your welcome package, isn't
booklet,
it?
Yeah.
You get the booklet, and inside the booklet there's a number to call for reservations. So I rang them up, very efficient, but they were informing me that some of the times I couldn't get because they were booked up very quickly, and also where we wanted to eat had to change because they were booked up. And how was it, like a week before I rang up?
It was a couple of weeks, a week to a couple of weeks before. So we thought, we'll be fine, we'll just walk in. But no, they do actually get booked up quite fast. And I would guess, we were just doing the buffet style restaurants, but definitely the table service and all the posh restaurants, they will probably book up really quickly.
But very important to book. And the person on the other end of the phone was brilliant because they just said, we can't do that time. How about this time? And then you worked it out with them. And I thought it's going to be a bit silly me going all the way through the days that we were there. But they were like, okay, what's
They're
next?
Really helpful.
And then I went right the way through from I was doing lunch and dinner. So I went all the way through.
And it was also quite nice to have them booked because it gave your day a bit of a structure. You knew kind of where you had to be at this time, which, because I'm an organiser, I really like that.
Yeah. Number 4, so when you've got your restaurant booked, we're talking about the buffet style restaurants because that's the dining plan that we had. We would just suggest going a bit earlier to your booking because once you get there, they sort of check you in and then you go and join another line. To order your drink and for them to take your vouchers. So there's an additional waiting time. So say we went for like 2:30, there was about a 15-minute waiting time, wasn't there? So it was about 1:45 that we then ended up eating.
So arrive early to your booking.
Well, like I was saying, the queen of research is Helena. So number 5, what is it?
Just to do a little bit of research. And you don't have to plan out your day to like the minute. But I just found that it helped because I hadn't been to Disneyland Paris in so many years. And once you arrive, it can be a bit overwhelming, especially if it's your first time. Like, there's so much to do, so much to see, and you just don't know where to begin. So if you kind of, YouTube is the best. Just search Disneyland Paris vlogs, Disneyland Paris tips, and just kind of build up a little list of things that you definitely want to do, so that when you arrive, you have a little bit of a plan in your head. Like, oh, I really want to do this ride, or I really want to meet this character. And it just kind of takes that initial, oh my god, what do I do?
Overwhelmed.
Away. Especially if it's your first time.
Number 6. The reason I'm laughing is because we're telling you this as a tip, but this is something that we didn't act on as much as we hoped we should have. So this is extra magic hours. So if you're staying in a Disneyland Paris resort, then you'll get the extra magic hours, which are from, is it 8 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the morning? So it's only people who are staying at Disneyland Paris resorts can get into the park. And it's just for the Disneyland park, it's not for the studios. No. But there's a select number of rides that are open. So it's really handy if you want to get a fast pass for a ride, because as soon as it gets to bang on 10, and those fast passes are released for some of those rides that have extra long waiting times, you can get right in there. And also, if you want to queue up for characters as well, that's a similar sort of thing. You'll be there bright and early. And if there's rides that usually have a long waiting time, like Peter Pan's Flight, you're able to get on there during the extra magic hours.
Such a long wait. Always.
Even in Disney World, isn't it?
Always, yeah. You can get really good photos as well, because there's less people.
Yeah.
So number 7, following on from extra magic hours, make sure that you try and get your fast passes early. So fast passes are free, and I think sometimes, especially UK theme parks, you have to pay for fast passes. So sometimes people don't realise that you can get them free, but they're free to everyone. So basically you just go up, I'll show you actually. Put my tea down.
I thought we were going.
I'll show you actually. Click, I'm in Disney. Could you imagine? So this is the map that you pick up, and then next to each ride it will have, whether it has a fast pass, it'll be an F and a P. And so it's only on selected rides. It's normally the really popular rides that have long wait lines. So if you check by whatever ride you want to do, check if it has a fast pass, then take advantage of getting the fast pass. So you just go up to the ride, there'll be a little fast pass booth next to it. You have your ticket, you scan the barcode, and then you get out a fast pass ticket for a time, and it will say the time on it. But they go really quickly. Yeah. If you wait till around midday, which I thought, still quite early, they're nearly gone. Especially for the really popular ones. And at the time we went, that's what happened. So get them as soon as you can. As soon as you enter the park, go to your ride that you definitely want to do that day, and make sure you get that fast pass, because they're really worth it.
Yeah, and if a ride stops or is off for a period of time, then what we were able to do with Thunder Mountain is we then went back later on with the fast pass, and they let us in.
Yeah, love a fast pass. Tip number 8, following on from fast passes, you can also get single rider queues, which means that you join the single rider line. You can only go on the ride individually, so you won't be sat next to each other. It's basically, say a group of 3 comes along and the ride holds 4, there'll be an extra space, and they'll just throw someone, physically throw you on. They will lead someone from the single rider queue onto the ride.
And these are handy if it's got a really long wait time.
And you don't mind not sitting with your friend.
Yeah.
Or
if someone wimps out on a ride.
Yeah, and you have to go on your own. Hyperspace Mountain.
No, don't tell them that. Oh. Number 9, drive there if you have the option to. We found, after checking prices with like Eurotunnel and Eurostar, then that going over by car on the ferry was the cheapest option for us. And it was just so freeing being able to drive over there. And it was a bit of a road trip adventure as well. I didn't stress out on the roads over in France. It was relatively easy.
If you're looking to save money, because the Eurostar is faster, but it's also a lot more expensive. So if you can't afford to pay for the Eurostar and you do drive, consider getting the ferry and driving over. It only adds on an extra 3 hours, but it's really easy.
we drove over there. What time did we get the things? So we got the ferry in the morning.
In the
in the morning, and then we were in the park by the afternoon, weren't we?
Yeah.
And if two of you drive, then that's even better.
You can share
so
it.
You share the load.
Sorry. Number 10 is quite a simple one, but I thought I'd just throw it in there, and that's just to wear comfy shoes. Go for comfort over style.
Yeah.
Because you walk so much. If you have like a fancy...
get a
what are they
pedometer.
called? Pedometers, or if you have it on your phone, look at how many steps you do, because you'll be so shocked.
It's over 20,000 usually.
You do so many. So wear comfy shoes. I mean, I would suggest trainers, but anything that you know is comfortable and won't rub. And a bonus tip, maybe throw in some plasters just in case you get blisters.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because you don't want to stop.
Oh, we don't.
You don't want the shoes dragging you down.
Our shoes are like, no.
Stop. No, you will ride this ride.
Number 11. So this is something that we didn't do, but we saw a lot of other people doing, and we sort of wish that we had done this. Take an umbrella with you. I mean, obviously in case it rains, but it's also great if you're waiting for a long period to watch a parade and the sun's beating down on you.
Yeah.
Great for shade.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to take it down when the parade starts because it will block people. But while you're waiting there for like half an hour, 45 minutes to get your good spot, it's really, really handy because we didn't have one and we melted.
Yeah, we did.
Number 12, leading on from the parade again, is to watch the parade right at the end. So as you come into the park on your right, that's where the parade veers off and ends.
Yeah, it's a big gate where they go through.
So most people normally watch the parade down Main Street, and it can get really, really busy. And unless you're there 45 minutes to an hour before the parade, you're not going to get a good view. So if you go round to where the parade ends, it's still a really good view, isn't it?
Yeah, great.
And it's quite fun because you get to see them like leave through the door as well.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it didn't make a blind bit of difference.
No.
Being at the end than being at the start or in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, you're still seeing the same thing.
And it just means that you don't have to wait as long. You get a better view, we found. And it's less busy as well.
Yeah.
So I've just checked on the map, and to describe it better, it's just by the Discovery Arcade in Main Street, USA.
Main Street, USA.
Thanks.
So number 13, I don't know if this is a tip, but it's just what we thought were the busiest rides.
Yeah, when we went.
Yeah, so the longest wait times. So whether you want to take that in mind when you're going to go and get in a queue, or like at what point during the day you're going to go to
and
it.
what you want to get fast passes for.
Yeah, so the busiest rides that we found were Hyperspace Mountain, Thunder Mountain, Ratatouille, and Crush's Coaster.
Unfortunately, you can't get a fast pass for Crush's Coaster. So that one is kind of inevitable that you're going to have to queue at some point. I would definitely go to Hollywood Studios first thing in the morning and try and get in there as soon as you can. You probably will still have to wait a bit, but the queue can get long.
Yeah, I'd say the earlier you get there, the better.
Yeah,
to be honest.
You can't get a fast pass for it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's a good ride, though. Definitely do it. Okay, number 14 is a tip that we love, which is if you're there for more than one night and you don't mind sacrificing one night not watching the fireworks, go half an hour before the fireworks starts and ride Thunder Mountain and all the rides around Frontierland into Adventureland. We rode Haunted Mansion, Thunder Mountain, Indiana Jones with no queues.
No.
Because everyone's queuing to watch the fireworks.
Yeah.
So if you've already seen it or you're planning on seeing the fireworks another night, utilise that time and just
Indiana Jones we got on straight away, and then
we
Thunder
kept going
Mountain
round.
we went twice.
Yeah. So half an hour before the fireworks, best time, no queues.
Yeah.
Tip number 15, leading on from that one, try and ride Big Thunder Mountain as the fireworks go off.
It looks so beautiful.
It's so magical. It's my favourite thing to do. So get there 5 minutes if there's no queue, which hopefully there shouldn't be because people should be watching the fireworks, but try and judge it so that you can get on the ride as the fireworks are going off around you, because it's just the best. One of my favourite memories from Disneyland Paris.
Adds to the ride experience.
It does.
Number 16, we realised that the busiest times of the day were between 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Now, we didn't do this, But if you don't like big crowds, then maybe take some time out of the park during those times. You can go and visit Disney Village. But if you can deal with the big crowds, then by all means, obviously stay in the park. But just a little tip there if you wanted to avoid rush.
If you want to, some people I know love to go really early in the morning and then have a little break around 12 to 4, go back to the hotel or go shopping, and then go back in the evening. Not us, but some people.
Number 17, we saw somebody else do this on a vlog. This is how we knew that it was there. And this is the dragon underneath the castle, Sleeping Beauty's castle. And it's off to the left-hand side, and there's this little walkway. So just go around there underneath, and then there's this big animatronic dragon.
It's so cool.
It's sleeping for a bit, but then if you just stay with it for a few minutes, and then it'll just suddenly get up and like, it's got smoke steaming out of it. It's just a great thing to get, especially if you're vlogging. Take some pictures down there. It's just a great addition.
It's quite easy to miss.
Yeah.
Unless you know it's there, you just walk past it.
I loved that bit. It was just a simple thing, but it was great to see the dragon.
Number 18 is if you fancy taking a break from like the big rides and things. We kind of just stumbled across it, but it's Adventure Isle. So it's quite popular, and it explains where it is on the map. It's in Adventureland. And it's basically just caves and
it's where Pirates of the Caribbean is, isn't it?
It's actually quite confusing. I got a bit disorientated because it's quite.
There's Davy Jones's locker, so you can go down, and then you're in like this little maze where you find some treasure. But then we came out there, and then we walked
across that rickety bridge.
Yeah, we found the tree house.
Yeah, Swiss Family Robinson tree house, and it's just a really lovely little area to explore. And if you just want to take some time out, go check that out.
Yeah, it's quite close to Indiana Jones as well.
It's really quiet as well when we went.
Yeah, it was.
Not as many people.
I love the rickety bridge. Number 19, it's very important if you're running around the park and spending lots of hours in the park to keep hydrated. So we made sure that every day we had a bottle that we could fill up. So just buy a bottle of water and then just fill it up around the park because there's water fountains. They're in really convenient places as well. And we didn't have any problems with our stomachs or anything like that.
So and also recommend, saves so much money.
Helps you with your money, I was just about to say that.
And our last tip, number 20, is to wait a little bit after the fireworks before you leave. If you don't have to run for a bus or run for something.
This is where driving comes in really handy.
Yeah, just sit back and let the crowds go. We just sat down, didn't we, for a bit? Because there's a massive rush of people because obviously everyone watches the fireworks, they end, and then you're kind of, in a polite way,
let's get to the exit.
Told to exit the park.
Yeah.
But you can hang back for, probably about 20 minutes really. By the
Good
time
half an hour, I would say, that
and
people were waiting.
Also, as it gets quieter, you can get a really good nighttime photo of the castle.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to get yourself in front of the castle with no one around you. If you just wait for the crowds to go.
You can also see Mickey Mouse saying goodbye to everyone as you exit.
Touch, yeah. So
we missed it on the vlog, unfortunately. The camera ran out just as we saw him, but it was a really nice addition.
Yeah. So that's our last tip. It's just to hang back, let the crowds go, take some photos, and then you can leave once the crowds have all gone. So that's our 20 tips that we picked up from our trip to Disneyland Paris. I hope that you found them helpful. Let us know if it's your first time going, and let us know if you have any other tips if you're a Disneyland Paris veteran.
Because we're hoping to go
again,
beginning of next year. So we want some more tips.
We definitely do. I know there's a lot that we have yet to discover.
Yeah.
So let us know down in the comments. So thanks so much for watching. There'll be a new video next Monday, and we will see you then. Bye.
Bye.